You seemed quite upset yesterday when you called Anjana. Would you like to tell me a little bit about what was going on?
Yes, I've been trying to do all the activities that we discussed
Mm-hmm.
last time and before that, but somehow it's just not helping me. I do not feel better at all. It's still the same thoughts that I get, and my mood hasn't changed a bit. So that was concerning me a lot, and I was actually losing hope.
I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling better, but I'd like to understand a bit more about the things that have kept you busy.
So, I have been doing what you told me, like going to my neighbor's house and meet them every evening. I have been doing that, but somehow it doesn't help me. The thoughts of my illness and my health and my sadness keep on coming to my mind, and I keep on thinking about it all the time, even in the presence of others.
Shall we just try to explore the reasons that are behind you not feeling better despite the fact that you are keeping yourself quite busy?
When I go, I mean, I try and go for these meetings and I
Mm-hmm.
meet the ladies, but I just keep on thinking about my problems all the time. Though I do talk with the ladies, but it just I cannot concentrate on what they are saying. It's
Mm-hmm.
always playing in my mind about my problems and my family and my house and my husband.
Sure. So let me just see if I've understood correctly. You're suggesting that while you're keeping yourself busy, you're interacting with people, but you're actually not able to concentrate on those activities. And it's almost as though there's a problem of thinking too much about the problems. It's like a film that is playing in your mind again and again. Is that correct?
Yes, that's how it happens. It's a constant thing that's going on in my head about my problems and how it affects me, and then how it affects my family's life. I try and think about my children and the good memories associated with them. It does make me feel better for a while, but then again I get back to the same mood.
Sure. It sounds like you are dealing with a problem of something that we can term thinking too much. When you keep thinking about your difficulties, it prevents you from concentrating on your activities, which can actually help you feel better. Do you think it'll be useful if we discussed some ways in which that might be possible?
I can try to do that, but I do not know how to overcome this constant thoughts about my illness and my sadness.
Sure. There is one way. Let's use the example of you visiting your friends and your neighbors. What tends to happen when you're actually sitting there and people are talking and chatting? What goes on in your mind at that time?
I just look at all these ladies laughing and having a good time, and then I start thinking, what's wrong with my life? Why can't I be like them?
Mm-hmm.
And why can't I be so happy and carefree at times and enjoy the company of others?
Sure. In a difficult situation like that, one way to deal with it is to try and shift the focus from your thoughts onto what's actually happening in the room. For example, listening to what people are saying, observing your environment, listening to sounds. Do you think that might be possible?
I think I should do that, but I'm unable to do it because, again, these thoughts of me comparing myself with these ladies always creep up and they occupy me all the time.
Sure. So, would it be right for me to believe that you have tried this, but it still poses a difficulty because the negative thoughts tend to overpower you?
Yes, it does happen.
Let's look at another possibility. One thing that you could do is something more active. For example, is it possible that you may assist the hostess in serving tea or snacks so that you actually are doing something, and that might encourage you to shift the focus.
I can try that, but I do not know how successful I would be. But yeah, next time when I go and see them, I will try doing this.
Sure, this sounds like a good idea that you will try, and maybe when we meet next time, we can review how much that helped you. And even if it did not, there's always some learning we can take from these experiences. Sometimes it takes a little while before these changes in your mood can happen. So it's a continuous learning process, and even times that are difficult, we can learn a lot and try and make better plans going forward.
Yes, we can try that. Thank you.
Sure, that sounds wonderful.